within Barenbrug for the last sort of 5 years, we've been looking into this, and one of the things that we've done is we've looked at our portfolio of varieties to start with, to see if we had any material that already existing varieties that had some sort of tolerance to the grey spot, and that gave us an idea of material that we could use to further select from it. So and now we've invested in the last couple of years, we've invested into climatic room in order to get good screening work down in controlled conditions. So we set up conditions that are perfect for the disease, and then we screen ryegrass material. So we look at our own ryegrass and then try to improve that by using this climatic room. The idea is to try to improve the tolerance of the material, and so we combine the plants that are capable of tolerating the disease. So we do a grading between sort of 1 to 9 on the plant level, and only select the plants that are capable of surviving the severe disease in that environment. So it's a slow process. Breeding, it's, as you know, it takes 10-15 years before you get to a variety, and so it's something that we do continuously, and that way we can look at material that is adapted to our conditions, because of course, lots of people talk about the American varieties, but they're not necessarily adapted to our conditions in terms of where we've got them. Well, one of the great things about Barenbrug is we are a global company, so we do have colleagues in the US that are working also on that disease, on breeding for turf, and so we do exchange lots of material with it, and use some of that material to improve our breeding program, either by improving the adaptability to those variety to our conditions, or to cross material into our European genetic that is more adapted to our conditions and our use, what we use, intense what we use. So that's something that is really, we have an exchange going on for the last 10-15 years with the US, and that includes GLS tolerance or grey spot tolerance. So that's part of the work that we do as well. We have the turf breeding program for Europe, but we do work closely with our colleagues in the US. We have a global approach to that particular disease, knowing that disease has been an issue in the US for a long time now. Okay, so with in the breeding process, what we do one thing is the screening of our current material, and trying to improve that for the disease tolerance. At the same time, we also use our elite line that are very good for sport, for instance, and we cross that with the US material. And then from that, we get new material, new lines, and then we will screen them again against the disease to make sure that we are actually improving. So it's sort of trying to do two different routes. One is you've got the material, I improve it, I select and slowly build up the tolerance. And on the other side it's the same, but we're trying to cross in material from the US, crossed with our elite lines that we know are so strong in sports and adapted to our conditions. So that's the sort of two routes we're looking at with for grey spot tolerance. And of course, as I said, the important thing is we have to work in controlled environment, because in the field situation, in our trial anyway, we don't see it. It's a particular type of environment disease, so we have to use the climatic room for that. As I said, put exactly the right conditions for the disease. So we actually destroy 90% of the plants, and keep the top 5-10% max, and that's from those 5-10% best plants that we move to the next step. So that's how we improve the disease